If you guys noticed in the roll cage shortening video how the machine was creeping forward despite not running, I think there's something up with one of the sprockets in the chain case. So I'm going to be opening that up too, seeing what's going on in there. And I got a set of filters for it since I have no clue how long it's been since it was serviced. It could be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, who knows. Got to get these fully welded. Same for down there. And then I gotta pull this kick panel off on all corners. Lift it out of here, and there's like 28 bolts or something like that to hold that panel on. That's the actual chain case is under this panel. That's where the pumps and the filters and everything are, along with the sprockets and chain drive. Unlike the newer machines, it's all one unit here. Kind of funny, but the air compressor I built in that previous video sold. And I ended up getting this Air America 4-horse 20-gallon compressor for free. Works great, and I don't trip the breaker anymore. Let's get this cylinder on. Let's get these plugs back in now. There we go. All of them welded up. Now let's get this kick panel off and get down inside there. See what's going on. Let's get all these metal shavings blown out of here. A lot of bolts, all 1/2 inch. Let's get all these picked up. Kick panel's loose now. Got all the bolts picked up. The only way to take this kick panel piece off is to have the cage off. So let's do it now so we can get into the chain cage. There is not a lot of clearance. That is really difficult to get out. There we go. Well, now that this is out, we'll just paint this and then reassemble it. Get these off. This is kind of a design flaw, honestly. If this machine ever got stored outside, I can't imagine any easier way for water to get into the hydraulic tank. Ready? Okay. Let's get a first view inside the hydraulic reservoir and chain case. Oh, that's nasty. That is nasty. Let's bring you guys in close. That hydraulic oil is absolutely disgusting. And these hoses, yeah, it needs hoses terribly. This one right here has been pushing up against the left side steering lever the entire time. Yeah, it's wearing a hole in that. Oh, yeah, well, that one's leaking. So we need all new hoses, all 4 of them, and all new hydraulic oil. Luckily, I bought a set of new filters for it. Let's get this hydraulic oil drained. How deep is it? Oh, there's a lot of crap. That's pretty disgusting. So I give it a lot of thought right here on how I'm going to go about this. And tell me something you guys see right here. It's kind of a design flaw. What happens when you pull one of these filters off? Yeah, when you pull one of these filters off, you will basically dump everything that's in the filter right down the filtered pickup tube. Everything that's in that reservoir would go straight in to that tube. So the only way to change the filters properly without risking your hydraulic motors is drain it. I walked all around, crawled underneath this machine, and I can't find a drain plug. That's why this video took a little bit longer to get out, because I had to buy this little transfer pump to siphon all of that hydraulic oil. Well, I'm not even going to call that hydraulic oil. It's mostly water, I'd imagine. To drain all of that out. There's not really any information on what filters are supposed to be in it online. A couple forums with people that have the same machine. And, well, Baldwin BT 839-10 seems to be what people put on these. We'll see if it's proper or not. So let's get this transfer pump hooked up to drain that disgusting slurry out of there. We'll see if it'll work for this. It was cheap. Very cheap. think it was like 20 bucks. And I can't find a drain plug on this machine. What do we get? I'll bring you back when this thing's drained. I don't think you want to sit here and watch this for 30 minutes. See you in a bit. Let's get a battery maintainer on that because I think this is going to take a while. There we go. Let's keep that charging. I'm glad I'm doing this. I definitely don't want that going through my brand new hydraulic cylinders. I don't believe it's been done for many, many years, if ever, honestly. Manufacturer doesn't exist anymore, so I can't talk to them about anything. Well, back to waiting. Well, that's 2 gallons out. Let's go dump this in my barrel. 2 gallons out so far, and I still can't even see the filter base. While I'm waiting for that to drain, I guess I can take those hydraulic lines off because they're pretty rough, and I need to go get some new ones made. Let's let that little pump cool down and try to get these hydraulic lines out of there. There we go, now you can see them. They don't make these easy to get to. Let's get this one off. That one's rough. Already got the back end done. Let's get this loosened. They're Fram filters, and that's disgusting. Yeah, this one was leaking right there. Luckily, they're not very big, but it's still going to be a couple $100 in hoses, I imagine. This was the last hydraulic hose. This one's in the best shape, but let's just replace all 4 of them. Ever since it started and I've been moving it around, the left steering lever has always felt a little bit loose, like something was amiss in there. This is how the centering mechanism is. Just got a big spring on there, pivot back there. But on this one, the spring is a different color, and it is. Like, that's me letting go of the lever. It's really loose. I think it just needs a new spring. And as it is right now, it doesn't fully return to center. See, right there. I think that's just enough for it to start creeping. Well, let's get a new spring for that. I'll take that one off and go to the store and match it up for that one. Pre-situated. These hoses are made in America. 7/6/1994. This is where it was resting on the steering lever, or the steering linkage shaft. I think it's time to replace these, don't you? That pump is so slow, things have devolved into the scoop of shame. into the bucket. Let's get this filter off though. It's finally above the pickup, or the fluid level's finally below the pickup. Well, that's got like no threads. Look at that. Kind of want to cut this one open. Let me put you in the tripod. There's a bunch of chunky crap. And it's definitely not the right filter for this machine. It's a Fram Extra Guard PH 3976A oil filter. I don't even believe this is a hydraulic filter. Wonder what the micron rating is. Let's see if the new one even fits. These are the new filters, Baldwin BT839-10. This is what people seem to be using on these machines. It's a bit shorter, but it is a bit fatter. That's probably a good thing right there, because this one was touching the hoses. Right there. And that's also right where you could see, when I first pulled the cover off, you could see the rubber hanging off the top of it. Shorter filter's probably a better choice. Let's get this new filter threaded on. I stuck the siphon tube down in there to pull all the waste oil out of that pickup. See if it threads on. Yeah, it threads on. There's not a lot of threads there. I don't really like that. But that's how it was from the factory, and some people have over 3,000 hours on these little machines, so seems to work fine. Just a standard spring. A little bit of wear there, but not bad. Same for the top side. Got to get one of these. Exactly the same length. To replace that one. It's weak and wrong. No escaping. There's clearly a difference right there in spring length. This one's correct. That one is too loose. I believe that's what's causing my creeping issue. This one returns to center, returns to neutral real easily. This one is so weak and longer that it doesn't go all the way back into the neutral position. Really scraping the bottom of the barrel for waste oil. My 80-gallon drum's full. We're using what we got now. Let's get this other oil filter off of it. Let's drain the waste oil out of the pickup tube. pipe thread. It's not tore up or anything. Let's get that new filter on. Get you back on the tripod. These are definitely shorter than the other ones, but they are a bit fatter. Let's check these front wheel bearings. Since it's kind of a pain in the neck to do them, I'd have to drain the entire thing again if they're bad. There's a lot of play in that chain. No side-to-side play in the wheel bearings on that side. Here we go. Let's get you a better view than I can get. I'm not sure how much play there's supposed to be since there's no service manual for this machine, but that looks like a little bit too much to me. But the chains don't look worn excessively. Sprockets look fine. I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more digging and see if I can find anybody online that has some sort of service manual. Jacking it up so I can get all the oil out of the front. So we got it jacked up. So the rest of the oil sloshes to the back. Not sure if we're gonna have enough space. Not bad though. Still gonna have to get the residual chunky bits out of down there. And there is life down there. Not too bad. Need to pick up some more brake cleaner. Spend a couple $100 on hoses and fluid. Cheap skid steer ain't so cheap anymore. But it's coming along good enough. I'm glad I got in here and didn't see anything too terrible. Nothing broken. Because these sprockets are a pain in the neck to get your hands on. I kind of expected one of them to be worn out. I do think it might need chains, but that's easy. I'm gonna drain this cylinder as well. I don't want any of that oil pumping through the system anymore. Safe to assume it's probably 25, 30 years old. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want more of this kind of content. I'm still learning the video stuff, but I think I'm getting a bit better. Gotta go pick up some hydraulic fluid, hoses, and some springs tomorrow. Hopefully, if I can find them. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to order them. Take care, everybody.